Hello. A while again. At long last, 8% of the strata mapped. Now realizing I forgot to gather here. Well, not that it's terribly important right now. So we are nearing the end of regular gameplay. Getting close to when the bullshit starts. Speaking of bullshit, okay. Try another elevator. Let that one just work. Alright. Across the way we go. Here we are. This seems more, well, less of a closet, say that much. And actually, because of how much the— oh no, wait, if I look up top, okay, so there's a wall there. What I have to say is that because of the trees coming out of the walls, I can't quite see if there's actually is a wall there. But if you look towards the ceiling, yeah, it's weird we can see a ceiling right now. Then you'll notice that, hey, there is a wall there. But that gets more difficult because the branch is also obscure. So all I really know right now— yeah, pretty much. Alright, so that extends 4 in that direction. That extends 4 in that direction. I guess let's go down the narrower corridor now, just because we will be able to fill in walls a bit more resoundingly. Okay. Right, another— okay, good, that's a dead end. Mapping a little easier. And inspect. A small crack is visible in the wall of trees before you. Seems you cannot pass through from this side. Truly, the dark souls of dungeon crawlers. Oh, how do I want to deal with this? So, for one— there it is, that's the right key. I think, what's the left shoulder button? I'm on a keyboard, there is no left shoulder button. Look at the right shoulder button. Left is auto battle. The King Yanas are not what I was thinking. I was thinking of something from... I won't say which one. Just another installment in Etrian Odyssey where these guys are a lot more deadly, and it might actually be the Untolds, but... there's another one. Which means I can really just... at least I should be able to auto attack over here without much trouble. See how that goes. Terribly well. Alright. Okay, good. So if there were just this long corridor over, I realize you can't see the mouse right now. Here, this long corridor over here was just honeycombed with corridors that would be annoying as hell to map. And yeah, I don't have walls in because these trees make it hard to see where the wall is unless you can look up here and here. As you get further down, you have much less you can actually visibly see. So I can really only be certain of walls so far ahead. And there we should be able to... Actually, outside the windows, I think we're underground at that point. I remember thinking that's a parking lot, but that might be a metro station. Actually, given this is in Tokyo, or Shinjuku is Tokyo, right? I know it's a metropolitan area. I think it's an area within Tokyo, though. Oh, you know it's metropolitan Japan, though. That much I can say with certainty. And knowing that... yeah, a metro station actually does make sense in that regard. Clearly tiled floor, glass lining. These are growing elsewhere. Yeah, hard to say. Maybe it's a lobby. Yeah, it's definitely not a parking lot, though. Alright, here we have... Actually, yeah, that can't go further than a 3 because we're at the edge of the map. Oh. Oh, okay. Gonna pull this trick again. Well, it's probably not a red foe, so we're fine. Regardless of ice and volt or preferred elements, I'm just having her use fire because it's top of the list and they aren't resistant to it. Yeah, it's probably a D-Solar. Okay, what do we want? We could use fire. I think a cleaver should be fine, though. And then we want to bind the head. No, we want to bind the arms. We do a Caduceus. We can probably kill this thing in one turn. Yeah, just about 2 turns. Okay. Okay, now that's properly outside, so we are ground floor. Huh. Weird thinking this was there in the original, because I don't... I guess because the screen was small and I was very concerned about not dying back then. I didn't take too close attention. I was outside the windows. Demon coat, demon coat. That's gotta be not legendary. Because you don't find legendary stuff in chests. Yeah, def plus 37. Yep, and it's worse than what we've got. Actually, it just occurs to me. Because we know how this map goes, we know that wall is in fact the case. Just going by the rules of map design. I am curious if a Thor will take them out. I'll try bravery boosting it. Okay. Nope, Thor won't do it. Okay. That means we'll have to do a Thor Shocker if I want to win during that group. Nope. Part of me wants to go back here, round that off, but there's a chance that it just, you know, branches off and then goes behind in town, and then we have a much longer path to go. I also have vague memories about the right way to go, so obviously I'm going the left way. There it goes. If the last wolf alive, we could have restored our TP. I still got a good chunk of TP back, though. Alright, now do I want to handle this just like before, or do I want to try and... You know what? Let's try a different way. So Remember, the goal with random encounters is to try and defeat them in one turn, with as little TP expenditure as possible. And the question is, how much TP is acceptable? Because the longer a battle takes, the more damage will accumulate. Well, that works. Oh, hi. I'm gonna wait till you get into the visible spectrum of the map, because then I can actually... Okay, you're not aggroed. Cool. And it's slow. Ah, is that why there's the big dead-end corridor? Because it turns into there, and that gives us time to just move down the corridor. And explain things. Yeah, okay, I'm going to assume it goes all the way down. Then go explore that wide-ass corridor. Ah, this doesn't quite go all the way down. Okay, here, if we want to one-turn it, then we have to use a blazer. And if we're using the blazer, no one else needs to attack. That's how it goes. Time. Okay. Remember, walls themselves are actually physical spaces here. As in, that would be a wall to tile, and since the draw distance is 4, that means you can't see a wall until it's technically 3 spaces away. As in... I've explained this before. Still, so here would be our draw distance, so we'd be here and we can see that far. Now, as far as like the actual cone goes, I don't know exactly how wide it is. I know how long it is. It's 4. Which means if we want to see a wall, the earliest we can see a wall is here. That's why I know that's exactly where that wall is. I sense a presence. Ah, it's a red guy. Well, how are you moving? Yeah, that's Beast Ballad. Oh. Okay. Also, it's a good demonstration of Fog of War in this game is like literally just your adjacent tiles. And later, from 4 onwards, it's actually the visible cone in front of you, which matches the low distance we see in the earlier games. Although not quite, low distance is actually wider. I think the low distance is like a rectangle, I guess a square 4x4 around us. But of course, because of the camera angle and the field of view, you only really see in a cone in front of you. I can't really see past the foe, so I'm just going to... Alright. Now, I'm curious how it treats elevators. So I did see the wall, I did see its scrunch downs, which means either it's going like this, or it's like this, which implies how much space an elevator actually takes up. When it just came into view, I think it's more like this, but also I'm more focused on the foe. Wait till I get out of battle. Yeah, I think Salve would be enough. It's attracted to blood, isn't it? I know we were right behind it, so either it turned around right at that moment, or it's attracted to blood. No, wait, we took multiple turns. I think it just turned around. Well, I mean, we've already got Peace Ballad up, so that's good. Yeah, boost is any nice. Here we'll now have to test its elemental resistances. Yeah, yeah, bravery. Oh, Flame did decent. Can't say I was paying attention to that actual turn though. Now let's salve just to top ourselves off before anything big hits us. Huh? Huh? I'm not the only one who saw one, right? Okay. The thing, I remember the first time I played this, it was kind of like a by the skin of our teeth. We have succeeded, but well, we were also level 52 back then. We're like 65 now. Yeah, we're higher levels. Higher levels, better built party. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, this one I'm going to use a bladed for. Just does not make sense. When we have enemies that are this resistant to physical damage around. How's it been, Fluff? I know I don't really see you outside of streams, and even then only occasionally. You know, my life's been getting busier too. Or rather, more... draining the right term? I think draining's the right term. The thing, I have to look after two people at work that don't quite know what they're doing yet. They're getting there, which is heartening. And then just when I think they're okay, they then fuck up again. I'm like, ah. Oh. My hopes have been dashed once more. Well, I didn't miss one last week. Last week I needed to sleep so badly I slept through stream. And fortunately, I don't think I'll have to deal with that much going forward. I mean, my sleep schedule's a bit thrown off now, but I don't think I need as much sleep or rest because the big chunk of work we had to get done is done. Yeah, it was the 5th stratum where I learned, oh yeah, we need a spellcaster. Need elemental damage, and who has elemental damage output? Only Alchemist. Technically Ronin, but not enough. Alchemist? I mean, also technically, but only with the assistance of an Alchemist. Or a Ronin, I guess. Whereas in later games, you get mixed element attacks, and that means you don't actually need the strictly mage archetype class in your party to have all the elemental damage you need. It's just the mage offers even more and pure elemental damage rather than mixed types. I forget how they do the formula in earlier games, but I know in later games for mixed type elements they actually use the resistance, the better resistance between the two. So it'll count, so if it's fire cut, it'll count as both fire and cut and receive buffs from things that buff fire damage and cut damage. But if the enemy is weak to fire and immune to cut, you'll deal bonus damage because they're weak to fire. Or if the other way around, you'll deal bonus damage because they're weak to cut even though they're immune to fire. Actually, I don't know how it goes with immunities. Resistances though, yeah, it does pick the better one for the attacker. Here, we just do immunized, peace ballad, and healing, and auto attack our way through, and we'll get a chunk of TP back. Yeah, I don't remember which game started either. But I know here in the first, it doesn't do that. It's some kind of like hybrid calculation, where it's generally better to use a mixed type. Like as you saw against the rollers, they take a shit ton of damage from Blazer. There are other enemies where it's like, not really. You still do like half damage. I think it might when immunities come into play. Hard to say. Okay, full TP. Yeah, no, I can see there are dead ends. I still investigate them because you don't know if there's an event at the end of it, or a shortcut. Because Fog of War in this game is exactly just the directly adjacent tiles being revealed on the map without actually showing you Fog of War. They started that in 4. Yeah, I have to pretty much walk everywhere. Oh right, we're still on the east side. I was just thinking, oh yeah, this is the same image, outside image, for 2 sides of this floor, except no, we've only seen the north and the east side. Now if you want to one-turn this group, we also have to use Shocker and Thor. So I'll use Shocker and Thor. I didn't get Peril. No, I didn't. Action already went. Well, as far as gaming news goes, for me outside of Etrian Odyssey, Armored Core 6 is going to be getting 1.05 patch. We don't know when, but it seems like it will be a relatively big patch that will add new parts to the game. Oh, that's only due to a leak we got, like, last night. That's one of the guide-making sites that's accidentally posted the 1.05 notes too early. Oh, we think it's coming soon. That's Armored Core 6, and then Warframe is getting their next big expansion, like, Wednesday. Which, I mean, I know I'll be playing that. If there's interest, I'll do it on stream, but that's, again, only if there's interest. So far, everyone who's been watching me doesn't really have interest in Warframe. Or not much. Oh shit, there is. Oh yeah, fuck, that's right, they actually announced a bunch of games at the Game Awards. Ugh. Normally I don't watch the Game Awards, because I'm not really aware of it. But Warframe said, like, oh yeah, we'll have a big announcement at the Game Awards, so I watched it, and yeah, they announced a lot of games there. Ugh. Like, there was Mecha Break, caught my attention. Which, like, it's good that there's, like, another mech game actually getting advertised now that Armored Core 6 is blown up, although that was a few months ago. I bring it up a few months ago just because game development tends to be on the cycle of years, so while months is actually long enough for a bureaucratic body to make a decision to maybe market to a broader audience, I don't know if it's long enough for them to decide to market the Game Awards, though. Yeah, there were so many games that caught my attention there, I kind of forgot most of them. More like I'm not used to paying attention to the game releases anymore. Hey, Desmond. How's your life been going? Right, Dragon's Dogma 2. What the hell even else was announced at the Game Awards? Also, I'll say the MiHoYo games still look great. I'm real worried they're going to be just gachas, though, and I don't play any gacha games, like, out of principle. Because, trust me, I've gotten involved in several lifestyle games over the lifestyle, live service, perpetual games, whatever you want to call them, over the course of my lifespan, and I do not want to get involved in another one. Warframe will be the last. I mean, will there be a game that, say, I build my life around? Sure, but it'll be on my terms, not because the game wants me to spend all my time there. Oh right, that was announced too. As I mentioned, I'm not remembering too much of the reveals, even though I watched them. I think halfway through I got my Steam Deck and started playing Lunacy. Yeah, the reason I bring up MiHoYo games is because from what I've heard, stuff like Genshin Impact are actually like great games in of themselves, it's just they also have horrible monetization in there too. And it's like... it makes you want to experience the good game in there, but you know if you... that's how they get you. They now actually don't just try to make a pretty game, make a genuinely good game. So then they force you to pay because you want to play more of the good game. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I still need to play Tears of the Kingdom. I bought it. I haven't played it, though. Man, it's weird just... like, I started working, and now there's, like, a 10-hour chunk of my day that's just gone. I used to fill with other things, like gaming and reading manga, and whatever else I thought to do. And now it's just 10 hours are away. The good side is that, yes, I have money now, and I don't have to worry about losing the house, but on the other hand, it's like, but... man, I have to budget my time more. Nice. The original Breath of the Wild, I played for hundreds of hours, and I never really did a second playthrough. I started a second playthrough, and then I'm like, you know, the main appeal for me was the discovery aspect, and I discovered everything. Because I am the type of player who will just try to 100% a game on their first playthrough. So, yeah, like, I had my fun in that one playthrough, and then just kind of put it down, haven't picked it back up. I want to say it's just because you haven't encountered a good open world game, except... you probably just have to be in the right headspace, honestly. Because Breath of the Wild is a great game. But if you really don't want to play open world games, then great game or not, you're not going to be able to put yourself through it. I'll acknowledge that. I'm just trying to balance TP efficiency with turn speed, and you know what? We have the TP, let's just go for turn speed. Yeah, the last game I 100%ed was Armored Core 6. Except there actually is something else we need to do in that game that's not technically an achievement, but still I would count it, which is to get all of the logs. The hidden logs, because I think I got most of them. Then I restarted my save file, because there was a big patch that changed things, and I remember reading some forum posts being like, hey, PvE is a lot harder now. I'm like, let's see how much harder it is, or if they're just crying because crush weapons got nerfed. I'm like, it's a little bit harder. At the same time, it's also a hell of a lot easier, because I know what I'm doing. That also means I've lost about 90% of my wealth, because I'm at about 100 million koan. And I used to be at 1 billion koan before I did the reset. That's neither here nor there, though. Hello, I noticed you. Alright, good. That doesn't, like, loop up. I was worried it kind of came down from top of the map. No. No, it just spawned in. Almost certainly a Desolar, so we're just gonna, you know, basically ignore it. I mean, the first RPG that I played was Oblivion. Oblivion's open world, so you can say if things are like Oblivion, then I'm going to like them. More likely than not. Just because, you know, you tend to like things you enjoyed as a child, because they form a basis for your whole life experience. Skyrim I didn't like, though. I mean, I still played it for hundreds of hours, of course, because I wanted to like it. And I guess there are parts where I did like it, because I'm like, oh, it's more Elder Scrolls. But in the end, no. No. It's far worse than Oblivion. Sure, technologically it's superior, but, like, design-wise, it's just worse. And I kind of get that's how people who love Morrowind feel about Oblivion. I still need to play Morrowind, because Sobe bought that for me years ago when I had no money. And I'm like, I want to play this with some quality of life mods, and I never went out, took the time to look for those quality of life mods. Yeah, that's also a thing. People tend to love the first Elder Scrolls they play and not the other ones. Speaking of, I've heard people I know now have played Starfield, and they pretty much just say it's Skyrim in space. So if you like Skyrim, you'll probably like Starfield. But that just further reinforces I'm not playing Starfield. Huh. Elder Scrolls. Never heard of that series. I think it's weak. Yeah, it's weak to fire. A lot of things are weak to fire. Huh. So that's your thing. You need a guided path, huh? This is my first Skyrim. I don't know, I finally got the whole, like, your mom calling every console Nintendo, when all of the Skyrim players just said, oh yeah, it's Skyrim. The Skyrim before Skyrim. Yeah, that one. Like, it's the Elder Scrolls for Oblivion, not Skyrim. Oh, it's just Skyrim 0. Honestly, I do kind of hope they get their act together for Elder Scrolls 6, but again, I don't have any trust in them anymore. I don't think many people do at this point. Rather, I hope not many people do. Oh, I do remember hearing that there may be an Oblivion remaster in the works. Yes, it seems like they've finally remastered Skyrim enough. Oh, I can clearly see them marketing it as the prequel to Skyrim. Oh, that'd just be cringe. Oh yeah, I have been getting YouTube video recommendations about that lately. Updates are coming out. I remember back when that was just a pipe dream. I had like barely started on Bruma. And at this point, with the mods that are out for Skyrim, you can make that game look like any other game you want, but it's still going to play like Skyrim. Skyrim plays like shit. Although maybe that's changing. Maybe it being out for over a decade, they finally have some new combat systems in place. Maybe. Yeah, there's... Actually, I think Morrowind was completed. I don't know, unless you can, like, completely and in a polished manner overhaul the entirety of Skyrim's core systems, I'm not really gonna bother playing that game again. At least not serious. Yeah. Skyrim 3 Morrowind exists. Ugh. Bannerlord, another game that I remember seeing footage of in the past. Still haven't played it. I don't think I have too much interest in playing it. More like a passing curiosity. Oh. Okay, this could turn out bad. Alright, let's do self, let's defend, and healing, and this time we'll just let all of our TP recover. Is it just defending? It is defending! We're just defending each other. I mean, this is the wrong place to ask for that, Decim. Wait, do I have 4 ultimate? I might. My first Monster Hunter was 3 ultimate on the 3DS, and then I think I got 4 on there too. And I got World, and I did play World for really until the end of the story. I wasn't too into the massive grind that comes in it after the story. It's about how much I like grinding games. I don't like endless grinds. Grinding is just a chill way to gain power and pass time. It's a relaxing thing for me. But if I have to grind infinitely towards no real end, then I don't see much purpose. Also, a nice way to trap a dead end, devs. Oh, okay, south side is the same as the east side. Or is it? Looks a little different. Only subtly, though. Oh dang, they almost got me down. I remember the first time I played this, if like a crab would attack us, it'd be like, oh shit, that's a one-shot. It's just the normal attack. But again, we were like 40-something at that point. Yeah, I did almost get yeeted. One thing that's been in the back of my mind is like, oh yeah, if only they'd focus fire the person that's actually going to attack him, they might survive. But no, they just attack randomly, and there they almost focus the one person that's attacking them. They're learning. Oh, we have a long way to go back. Oh, man. I'm gonna look for a shortcut. Probably isn't one. I don't think there is one. We're just gonna have to walk back. Oh, that's the wrong element. There we go, fire. Oh, ice element. Well, they're not weak to ice. Yeah, no shortcuts. Okay. Unless there's a... I don't think I saw a shortcut here, but I'm still gonna double check it. Again, these things are resistant to ice, weak to fire. If they're neutral, yeah, I might throw out ice attack every now and again for variety's sake, but like, no, they are weak to fire. We will kill them with fire. Yep, so far nothing. Not even a one-way. Oh no, there's definitely ice skills in Alyssa. Alyssa has all of the spells learned, and the powerful single target spells mastered. Yeah, I got Fire, Flame Inferno, Ice Freeze, Cocytus, Volt, Thunder, and Thor. Yeah, no, I know it's spelled, I know it's pronounced Cocytus, but it's not really spelled Cocytus, is it? Cocytus. Or Cocytus. No, hey, actually, we can compare... Yeah, these crab things used to, like, one-shot my original party in the original save I have of this game, and then I was like, oh, shit, these guys again. Now it's just like, well... Anyone want crab? Okay, so that looks like that. Yeah, that looks the same to me. Yeah, there is a 1 and 2 manga. I remember reading those. They're short things. Yeah, I don't know if there's an untold manga. And I do remember you asking that in Discord. I would have answered if I had an answer. Or rather, something to contribute. Yeah, no, I have not muted my own Discord server. That would be a little... that wouldn't be right. I made this server. Least I can do is read every message you guys post on there, whether I respond or not. Oh. Also, it's really nice to see Fluff at 506 HP. I only broke the 500 barrier. Great, you're gonna want aim to make that animatic. Oh, right, because they have Blazer, which is AoE fire damage, will use Immunize to reduce the damage taken. And then Peace Ballad, so just get some EP back. I mean, not too much. Like, it matters for when we don't want to use Immunize, and that way you just have more of a buffer against getting one shot. But in actual serious fights, yeah, no, small amount of HP gain isn't that big of a thing. But also, like, is TP up gonna be worth anything either? Like, I want Fluff to have HP up because frontline, don't want you getting killed because you're the medic. But like, we don't need TP either because you just smack things with the stick. Despite being a medic, you aren't really healing that much. Well, you're more of a combat medic then, aren't you? Exactly. Best defense is a good offense. Yeah, this is a good defense. That too. Now we're at 48. Yeah, we've been down here a while. Good thing I never forget to buy a thread. I think I'll cleaver one of them. Actually. Yeah, the other one... Do want a Caduceus? Yeah, that's not Caduceus. Use Ice, I guess. Bravery. Yeah, this goes. Again, trying to figure out ways I can, like, one-turn these groups with expending minimal TP. Because, yeah, we can just go full throttle right out of the gate, and I do that for bosses, but, like, we're gonna be down here a while. Don't want to run out of gas. Oh, hi. Just remember, they made these things like squares and Untold. And explode. They just, like, for some reason have a really fast turn 1 attack, and then they're just slow the rest of the fight. Weird. Alright, and then I'll just proceed to auto. Okay. Yeah, I know it's a faux path, but I'm going to color it blue until I actually see it walk along that path, just because the other dead end, it didn't go down to the last tile. So, cover my ass in that regard. Cleaver is so cost efficient. So cost efficient. Oh, they're actually weak to everything. You can use ice here. I didn't quite realize just how much time YouTube tries to take from you until I started to think like, oh yeah, how should I spend my free time? I want to do more. As I mentioned, a good chunk of my day is gone now. Changing it for pay. Now I'm like, oh. Oh wow, I really did fill up my day with a whole lot of just, I don't know, distractions at this point. YouTube, it's just one of those things where like I could probably fit it in if I do it podcast style, but I also don't want to do it podcast style. I'd rather respect the thing I'm actually currently doing. And if the thing I'm currently doing requires so little attention that I may as well listen to a podcast, why the hell am I doing that thing anyway? Yeah. I have the inverse of that time. I have the inverse of this problem. Get a job, and now I have so much less time. Like, I can't keep doing all the same stuff I used to do. I don't have the time for it. Oh shit, right. Muscoids. Muscoids can put us to sleep and they can act kinda quickly. So, fortunately it's just two. If there were more, I don't know what we'd do. I mean, what's helped reducing YouTube time, though, is I installed an extension that was... gosh, what was the name of it? It replaces the whole home screen with just your subscription feed, so that way you don't keep getting recommended stuff each time you... Because, you know, the home feed is just specifically designed and engineered to, like, offer you stuff that may interest you and get you to click on it and spend more time watching YouTube videos. But removing that with just the sub feed, it's like, yeah, no, this is just the stuff I'd actually wanted to watch either now or in the past. Yeah, also hi, Alyssa. You know, I get that. For a time I felt like, why am I playing this game if it requires so little effort of me? But then I also thought, well, I also need downtime, and also don't want to be necessarily bored. I think this thing's going to turn into this corridor here. I have a feeling it's going to be a mirror of before, and just kind of corner us there. Probably just have to fight it at this point. Yeah, I used to not play with things going on in the background, and that was largely due to hardware limitations, actually. Subscriptions plus VTubers. Ah, nice. Yeah, no, my home feed is like... They've gotten good at just like pinpointing things that may interest me, but it is a smattering of things, and not all things that are actually interesting. Some of it's just vacuous. Yeah, for me, it's like... games like MMOs, or say, maybe even Warframe. Actually, yeah, mostly Warframe at this point. Like, I'll listen to music while I'm playing it, because it's just like, I've played the game for so long, I'm kind of tired of the OST itself. Just keep in mind, I am the type of person that will play one game for thousands of hours, not hundreds. So I'm like, alright, I'll do that. But the thing is, once I start to play a game with music in the background, I kind of can't not play the game with music in the background. So I try to avoid that for newer games. Did they all finish Etrian Odyssey? Because I know I only stream for like a couple hours once a week, so I know I'm rather slow in finishing games, but like... they really all finish these RPGs in that time span, or do they just move on? Oh, it has no weakness. Cool. Clear it then. Yeah, could be yes to either half of the proposition I made. Did they finish them, or did they just move on after they played for like a few floors? Ah, yeah, that's true. Can't say I've done the whole VC of the Friends much. I wonder what that's about. Oh, damn. Okay. Getting close to post-game. It was a bit slow at the start because I had to grind up levels, but once we were over-leveled, things just were smooth sailing. Ah, nice. And I'm assuming they stream like 8 hours a day, every day or something like that. I don't know if I'd want to do that again. I mean, assuming it was financially viable for me. Actually, no, if it was financially viable, then this would be a very different stream. I'd need either one of you to be ludicrously rich and loose with your wallet, or to have a lot of people here, in which case it wouldn't really be the small place that it is right now. I decided, like, a couple years ago, I'd rather just stay small and intimate than have to deal with a hive mind known as chat. Have to be an animator. You're not wrong. prefer to be faceless. Like, I'll admit, I have actually considered getting a VTuber avatar, but no, I'd keep it faceless. Being faceless is definitely part of my identity. Yes, part of my identity is not having an identity. Alright, I'm just gonna do immunize, and do auto attacks, and peace ballad. And the reason we do immunize, even though normally we don't, is just because Blazer, and there's 4 of them. Here's Blazer. All target fire damage. If you do not immunize against this, this does actually do a moderate amount of damage. And if there's 3 of them, we'd be in a pickle. There we go. There's all of our stuff. Alright, keep going until we have the next random encounter. And by next, I mean like when that thing turns red. I'm not gonna wait till the next random encounter, because we may have to throw out more things. Thank you. Yeah, that's probably about as close as it should get. I'm surprised I came up with VTuber in there, but Etrian Odyssey is also there. It stands for boy. Remember to always buy your thread. Plus 8. Oh geez, I think that's worth a defense hit. Yeah, 3 more attack for 3 defense. Sorry, sometimes even now I still kind of confuse this for the emulator controls, because remember, while I've played these almost exclusively on the actual hardware, I did emulate them for a time. For 5, and I think Nexus as well. And they definitely don't use the same controls here, but I think their control scheme works. Literally, it's just myself and Fluff. I don't have accessories. Oh. Okay, no unspent skill points. And double check we have a third. Oh, right, we also have a Mayo Prime. I should probably store that. Yeah, I'll go store that. I will say I'm very glad they made the save theme play when you're selecting a save slot. Because as we all know, You're not on a DS. Saving is instantaneous. You never get to hear that relaxing tune. I should probably make the auto path to 425 now. Alright. You know which elevator to go for. There. Ah, yes, I do recall that. You guys have complained. It really does seem like this sold a lot better on the Switch than Steam, but man, the control scheme is just better on PC. Okay, versus video, fair enough. Oh yeah, the font I've gotten used to. It's different. That definitely threw me off at first. I'm like, oh, I'm not nostalgic anymore, but whatever. I know it can be changed back to the old font. As you can tell, I don't think I care enough. That's also true because the Switch does have a touchscreen, and you can use that for mapping. You know what else has a touchscreen? The Steam Deck. Steam Deck is really just a handheld gaming PC. Also, I find it funny when they have Steam Deck commercials, they show people playing Breath of the Wild on it. I wonder how they got that on there. Alright, I'm the blazing group. Alright, so there's, as far as what I want to do with my time, there's videos to watch, there's this stream to have, there's relaxation to be done, so there's games to be played. There's Armored Core 6, I'd like to at least keep myself being rusty at for now, so I'm waiting for the next patch. Warframe, honestly, that's just gonna be a relaxed game, because Warframe at this point does not require much mental effort from me at all to play, so if I'm having a particularly mentally tired day, then that is the game to play, because I don't have to think that much. Aside from that, I would like to play through Lunacid, Pseudo Regalia, honestly just other games too, besides those two. And there's YouTube videos to watch, which at this point are often more so around an hour long. So that's a big chunk of the day. There's manga to read, which again, because of the free time I used to have, means I started reading a lot of them. I have to start paring down that too. They're just the best of the best. I think the biggest thing I'd like to spend my time on would be gaming, just because I have so many games and it tends to offer the highest highs. And the biggest time consumptor, I'd say it has to be YouTube. Yeah, I haven't watched much anime in ages either, and my brother heard about that and actually is paying for a Crunchyroll subscription, but I haven't used it that much. I should also get into watching anime again. Lately I've watched, what was it? There's 4 of them. The first one I did was I got caught up on Overlord, because last time I watched that we were at like end of season 2, now we're season 4. Then there was 86, because Armored Core 6, I wanted to get into mecha. Started watching a couple Gundams, but the one I actually finished was... oh, what was it? It's not Gundam Seed. Gundam Seed, I could not stand one of the characters in there. I understand them logically, that's how a person would realistically behave in that situation, but oh my god, it still pissed me off. Gundam Unicorn. That one I watched all the way through. Didn't quite think it would, because I've honestly gotten tired of the pacifist protagonists that refuse to kill, but I actually enjoy Unicorn a fair amount. Else, that's a memory problem for Decim. Yeah, no, I quite enjoyed Overlord. There's also Gundam Double O, or rather 00, I suppose. That one I started, and I think it has a really strong start, but again, it's the whole like pacifist protagonist trying to stop war from happening. I'm just like, I'm sure this is probably a good story. I just don't want this type of story right now. Yeah, that is quite the memory issue. Speaking of memory, what the hell is they going to have Mango do? Oh, hello. Yeah, let's just do a Blazer. Blazer, Caduceus, Inferno, Bravery. That takes care of the Roller. Lever this thing to make sure it dies of early death. Flame it. Yeah, that should do. Yeah, I got manga decks and then a few manhwa scan leaders that I follow through with, and yeah, if it's not on those sites, I tend not to follow through with it either, because at this point, having been exposed to having just one place to read everything for so long, it's going to be hard to go back to multiple places. Not next tar. Okay, it looks like the north and west and south and east use the same outdoors imagery. And yes, we are going to kill it. Like, I mean, sure, I'm missing out on mapping information, like where it actually walks, but also, I don't have to worry about it anymore. You know, it's not that much of an issue, either. I mentioned a while ago, and I assume the answer will be no, but if you guys want me to stream Whispers in the Walls, I will do that. I know just historically you guys have not been interested in watching Warframe. Oh, it does come out on Wednesday, which is going to make it a bit awkward. Oh hey, there's a car. There's a reason I thought it was a parking lot. Because it is. They've done a terrible job parking. Oh yeah, arcing catalysts and reactors. Okay, so the thing with potatoes is that there's item in the game, Orc Catalyst and Reactor, I forget which one. One's for Warframes, the other one's for weapons. But it doubles the modding capacity of those items. So normally you have... Don't drink and drive. Normally you have mods you can slot on your equipment that makes it stronger or changes behavior a bit. And you have 30 capacity, and each mod takes up a certain amount of capacity. Certain number of points power it draws. And so the reactors and catalysts just double that amount to 60. The thing is, when the original icons, inventory icons for the Orc catalyst and reactors, looked an awful lot like potatoes. And so the name is stuck. To this day, we all just call them potatoes. Also, I'm gonna go up here because it really should just look like that. I want to confirm it. Yeah, this is indeed what I thought it would be. Kinda hoping there'd be a treasure chest here, but oh well. You know, I am finally playing Lunasid. What else did I want to play? Pseudo Regalio is also on my map. There's also, like... Let me actually check my Steam library. Well, there's another 98 titles on the list. So yeah, there's a lot to play. And then we can also look at the wish list too, which has been growing over the years, because again, no money for a long stretch of my lifespan. But yeah. Yeah, I think cutting out YouTube would be a good idea, but like there still is like good informational, educational stuff I'd actually want to or enjoy watching. H-Bomber guy who just dropped a 4-hour video out of fucking nowhere. Actually, Dessim, you should leave your car exactly where an apocalypse could happen, so that way a post-apocalypse survivor can drive it somewhere. Especially mean of you to then empty the tank before you left. Okay, that keep me up. Oh, hey there, Warp. I don't know, I agree on both fronts there. Like, there was a... I think I saw like 1 or 2 videos of Illuminati, just I think when she was probably at her height of her popularity and would get recommended to everyone. I'm like... No, it is Sequitur. If you watch the H-Bomber guy video, you know exactly where Dessim's coming from. But, like, I saw he was popular in putting out video essays, which I was into at the time. I think most of us were at that period of time. And I could kind of immediately tell they were low effort as fuck. I'm like, no. This just reinforces information I already know. Why am I here? Well, sometime in the video essay period, where the hell that was, if that even had just one error. Oh, hold on, that means this corridor up here ended up before was just a dead end. God damn it. Oh, and it's a long way to go back to it. Ah. Oh well. Next time. I'll leave the wall undrawn there, just so I know I haven't walked down that corridor yet. Oh yeah. There was the mention of the legal eagle thing. Or just like, oh yeah, you're sharing editing techniques. That must be plagiarism. Ugh. Of course, there should be no thing in this dead end, because whenever is there any in the first game? That sentence came out very awkwardly structured. Oh, interesting. So H Bomber guy who only releases like a video maybe once a year at most, maybe twice a year at most. He puts out very long video essays that are like well researched and like 4 to 6 hours long. It's a good watch. Good watch. Obviously a long watch, but still a good watch. And he put out one like, what was it, I think a couple weeks ago at this point, about plagiarism on YouTube. And he covered through a bunch of several YouTubers that have committed plagiarism, and Illuminati was one of them. And it's like, holy hell, is it blatant as fuck. Like, she would just, watch a documentary on the subject, and then just verbatim state the script at you of the documentary, while showing footage from the documentary. And then she'd maybe change a word every now and again. And not mention she's quoting the documentary, so that way you wouldn't look into the documentary and notice she's just, quote-unquote, quoting the whole thing. And even then, in her efforts to try and make things a little bit different, would just not get facts right, because just change the number a little bit, but of course she does no research. In fact, she go one step further than copying the Wikipedia article and go to the Wikipedia article, click on the first link at the bottom, and copy that article. And sometimes that article would copy the Wikipedia, so she'd still end up copying it in the end. Yeah, for reference. And you can somewhat get where that comes from in the fact that Illuminati was putting out 3 videos a week. Obviously for the ad revenue, having that many videos put out and that much watch time. But like, how are you going to have well-researched video essays on that tight of a schedule? The answer is you don't. You just copy other people's work. Yeah, Illuminati was just the second biggest plagiarist out there that he covered. The surprising one to me was Internet Historian, for which it was just one video. Like, when I saw like he was going to cover Internet Historian, who I've enjoyed, I'm like, oh no, how much of his stuff is plagiarized? If Illuminati's basically plagiarized her whole channel. Like, no, it's just one video. And still have that seed of doubt of like, well, how much else is there? But no, all the evidence he found was just one video. Man in Cave, by the way, if you've watched it. I think you kind of can watch it, but it's kind of a bastardized version now to try and, work out the copyright. Yeah, because of people like H. Palmer guy, I'm just like, I could cut out YouTube, but then I'd miss out on that stuff. Because seriously, at this point, all I really do on YouTube is just listen to music. I mean, there's also streaming too. I could free up so much more time. The question is, like, how much of this is actually still of value to me, though? Because I can't say YouTube is worthless to me at this point. There still is some worth here. It's just not, like, everyday worth. Every once in a while you'll get something pretty good to watch. Oh no, we don't have shelter. Fair enough. I have been considering getting just a Nebula subscription at this point, because most of the channels I actually enjoy watching would be on Nebula. And I just haven't gotten Nebula because I don't want to spend the money, and like they're also on YouTube. And because I don't really have friends that I discuss these videos with, that means I don't really have the social pressure to be the first to watch them. Like, I'm fine waiting for it to be free release. Like, at this point, if it means I get off of YouTube, I think it might be a good idea. I'm gonna have to take a deeper look at my sub feed then. It might have also just been the low resolution of the DS that made me think this might be a parking lot. Because I'm looking at this on... God, how large is the monitor again? Like 24 inches? 27? Somewhere on that range. Versus like the 3-inch screen we had in the DS. Oh, I have a mapping error, don't I? There we go. Now this should definitely be that end, and I'll probably have a D-Square spawn right about here. Yep. I have become wise to your tricks. I guess there's a chest there. If not, I mean, they got me there. No. Let's immunize. Let's progressively playing through them. Yeah, plus the VOD will often be the highlights. Oh, that does actually link back around to something I was about to say about VTubers. Like, I really watch clips of VTubers. I can't say I watch the streams themselves. In part because of that reason, but also because a lot of VTuber rigging and motion is still in the uncanny valley for me. I watch it for too long, I start to notice, like, oh, it shouldn't move like that. And that just really stands out to me. Oh, entire stream? Yeah, no, I just watch highlights and clips, if anything. Mostly through Alyssa, actually. Yeah, I still think it's a cool concept. And obviously they'd be good streamers, but yeah, no, a lot of the motion movement is still in that uncanny valley for me. I can't watch it for too long, otherwise I start to get creeped out or weirded out. It's just like enough feels off. I'm like, I can't really enjoy watching this anymore. I don't know who Carl42 is, and I don't know how you'd play through YouTube. Would you just, like, try to watch every video? We've already established that's mathematically impossible, though. Because you watch them in parallel, but then are you really watching them? Oh, Terraria. I can see how Terraria would be a long time. Oh yeah. Back when I watched Game Grumps, there was Mario Maker levels showcased, which got me at least aware of the concept. Yeah, not enough to pursue other specific people who specialize in it, but you know. There. Yeah, I can also see myself doing hardcore at this point, just because I think I'm cautious and knowledgeable. And at this point, maybe not knowledgeable enough. It has been many years, and there have been many updates since. I probably know like half of what's in the game at this point. But cautious enough that I think hardcore would be possible for me. So, oh god. Condense it down to 5%. Oh jeez. Oh, I put the... Okay, I need to get rid of that. I did put a faux icon there. Oh wait, the rectifier. I'm somewhat aware of the flows of editing because at first when I thought about doing YouTube, I was going to edit videos together, but the whole no voice, just text on screen thing, but like high effort text, and it was very high effort. I tried to make it match the in-game font as well as appear as if, not as if I'm narrating anything or any kind of subtitles or voiceovers, but like actual what I was thinking at the time, but in text. And I did that for Momodora, and I had 5 hours of footage, but I only got like 25 minutes in before it's just like, oh. It's taken like all day just to edit 10 minutes of footage. And at this point, my memory of my thoughts from then are fading. Don't think I can keep doing it this way. I have like 2.5 episodes on my hard drive, and I think they're still uploaded somewhere. A long time ago I should have shared them on Discord too, because I do think it's good work I did back then, but like, I don't think I'll ever really continue that, or at least not in the exact same way I was doing it. Because I kinda can't, the memories aren't there anymore. Also, when I started to realize, oh yeah, this is why people hire editors. This shit takes a long time. Especially if you want to do it well. Which also then explains why there's a lot of low effort stuff where you just have people talking in voice chat while playing a game or just subtitling things that are said because it's low effort editing. And then why you take up streaming, because that's no editing, it's just kind of take the time to play for a while, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm streaming, and now I get why a lot of streamers are just bad at the games they play, because they have to split their attention between the stream, between the chat and the game, and have to also think about how they can be entertaining and not just a good player. And it's like, wow. Yeah, no, I remember a long time ago, I think I used to be quite baffled at how some people would just be so bad at a game. But now I'm like, oh no, I totally understand. They're probably better when they're off-stream. I mean, one of the hacks I've had from our stream for years now, and I have never changed it, is don't text in game. Yeah, that's also one of the reasons why I'm glad it's just a small thing, because here I can have I akin it to friends on a couch. You know, one of us has the controller and playing the thing on the TV, and you guys are just on the couch, and you can interact, you know, you can talk with each other or just kind of stare at your phone. Whatever it is, that's just kind of a small gathering of friends, basically. Now, okay, that is indeed aggroed at us, which means I don't know where it came from, and it's probably a Desolar. It's a Desolar. Alright, where the hell did you come from? We will never know, because Fog of War isn't a thing anymore. I don't know what MST3K is. I would like an explanation before. That seems Des doesn't know the thing yet. Ah. Well, given how cyclical human history is, I'd say both. It sounds like something I might have enjoyed, but obviously you've not heard of. I mean, you also posted a report about people not knowing what teabagging is, which... part of me is like, yeah, of course, it's been around a while. There are young kids who are like 1 digit old and playing these games. Of course they wouldn't know what that is, but also the other part that's like, oh my god, I'm getting old. Like, it's really weird to think that the controller I use, that I have been using to play games on, is at this point 16-year-old DualShock 3 controller. It is almost legally an adult. And I know there are some people, I think Manko is younger than this controller I use. Also, another note on that controller, it has had absolutely no issues with it throughout this almost 2-decade-long lifespan it has had, which is, like, amazing. They really don't make them like they used to. Although I'm starting to think, maybe it's not that, maybe it's the rumble, because, like, yeah, this is a controller I've had since the PS3 came out, which was like in 2007, I think. Let me quickly search that. Just want to be sure I have the date right. Came out in Japan in 2006, in America in 2007. So, yeah, this should be a 16-year-old controller at this point. And yeah, it's pretty wild to think, like, this hardware is older than a lot of people you know now. Also more wild to think it's had no stick drift whatsoever, and no button failure either. And like, I have another DualShock 3, and like, down on the D-pad just does not work. Actually, it will... a third of the time it will work, but it won't be on the D-pad, it'll activate some other buttons. There's obviously a wiring issue. Hey, Fluff is max level. Keyboard controller. Oh my god. Yeah, and also even sadder to think, there are many kids that have never played a game without microtransactions. It's like, when you think about it, it's like, of course, we've been through the same thing with our parents too. Like, the hell? Games were things you'd play like on a board or with other people. And now you're playing them on a screen? And now we're like, yeah, we play games on a screen. What, you have a touch screen or what? What? Times are changing, and it's not always for the better. Alright, so with this controller I don't really have any rumble anymore on it. And the thing is, I'm not sure if that's just because I'm using it with a PC or if the rumble pack inside is dead. Because if the rumble pack inside is dead, that is the only issue I have with this controller. But I'm thinking it's the PC interface, because this is a DualShock 3. The PS3 has its own unique architecture exclusive to just it, and controller support for it is very, difficult to do on PC. Kind of has to emulate another controller for it to work. So I'm like, oh yeah, I just can't do Rumble then because it has to go through an interface. It doesn't fully support it, but that's not the case anymore. Maybe the Rumble is dead. Who knows? Also, we're actually kinda close to done with 425. Shit, man. Controls. The new control scheme that's impressed me the most is gyroscopic aiming, which only was in Breath of the Wild. When you aim a bow, when you actually zoom in to aim with a bow, it actually starts using gyro aiming in addition to stick aiming, and I'm like, this is how your stick can overcome the precision of a mouse. You have gyroscopic aiming. But having that always be on would be a bit difficult, because then you can't just tilt the controller all willy-nilly. Oh, hi there. I see you. Yeah, Blazer should actually work here. If the wasps are not really resistant enough, I think fire can work, especially given how strong Blazer is. See, that guarantees the rollers are taken out. That's true when you're first showing us the Kinect. Okay, so it's 3, and then... Air. Oh, there's probably 3 of them, isn't there? That makes sense. You know, I still haven't played Splatoon, and I've wanted to for, I don't know, a while, but not enough at this point. And as I mentioned, I don't have too much free time anymore. I have the money, but not the time. I don't want to play Overwatch 2. I watched Overwatch back in the day, and it was good, but I only watched it. Now I'm like, okay, I'm glad I skipped that ship. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I have to remember which axis yaw is. There's pitch, roll, and yaw. Oh, okay, that's left and right. Alright. Pitch is up, down, roll is, well, dual barrel roll. Which means yaw is rotating above the ground. Yeah, at this point, I mean, I didn't support Blizzard before just because none of their games really appealed to me enough to buy them, but like now I definitely won't. Oh, no, I get inverted controls like that. I mean, I get the logic behind inverted controls like that. I'm not saying that's intuitive to me, but I get why you'd think that way. You know, when it comes games to inverted controls, it's kind of thinking, not sure other ways to think about it. I'm trying to think of how to describe it, because one way is like whether your stick is controlling if either you're rotating your perspective or if you're rotating the camera's position. Because if you're rotating your perspective, right will turn the camera to the right, but if you're rotating the camera's position, right will move the camera to the right, which will turn your perspective left. There's another way to think about it, which involves the stick itself. I forgot how to explain that. Ah, right. With the stick itself, you'd have right because you're tilting the stick right. You're moving the stick, the head of the stick towards the right. Turn right, but you can also think of it, the actual central column of the stick of the stick, as being an arrow pointing to it, in which case tilting it right would cause that hypothetical arrow to then point left. So it really depends which way you think about it. Obviously, the way most of us intuit is if you move this head of the stick to the right, you're going to go right, and you're rotating your perspective and not the camera's position. But, you know, 3D games were in infancy like a couple decades ago. People didn't really know which way you'd think. Also, we unlocked a katana, but nobody uses it. Oh, hey, Warhammer. Nice. I have 300 attack, what the fuck? Yeah, Alyssa gets the logic behind inverted controls. That doesn't mean that's intuitive to me, but I understand why it'd be intuitive to someone else. They're thinking in that frame of reference. Alright, we should have extra medical supplies we need to get rid of. Go. Oh, hey, Mako. Yeah, you are late. We have like 50 minutes left. Arguably. You know I'm a bit loose with the end time. End times. I keep seeing the full bar and thinking, oh man, Fluff's about to level up. But no. No, Fluff has leveled up all Fluff can. I'd say better than the last couple of weeks, I'd say. Let's see, release the controller with the trackpads. A bunch of churches, too many ideas. Yeah, the original Steam controller, like, when it came out, I'm like, that looks ugly, and why would you have a trackpad to simulate a controller? You'd kind of run out of space, right? That's like, that's too small of a trackpad. But now that I'm using the Steam Deck, I'm like, that's actually amazing, and I wish they still sold those. But, yeah, I'd say I'm better today. Last week I needed to sleep. I really did. Because at work, I have mentioned before, I have to take care of 2 people now. I am a team leader. And the unfortunate part of it is, like, they don't quite know what they're doing yet. I mean, they're getting close. They're getting closer each day, or rather each week. Like, you can see it. It's like, I may not have to look after them anymore. And then they fuck up and something like, ah, shit. I have to clean up their mess again. And it's that, like, push and pull, it gets tiring. It really does. And, like, I needed the time off the previous week. Ugh. That said, the big work is done now, so, like, I actually get to relax. Plus, I got to have yesterday off, because, well, flexible work hours. Aside from that, I've been pondering how much free time I have, because I used to, have the whole day free, and then I got a job, and now like 10 hours are gone, because it's like 8 hours for work, and then like an hour community to start and end, so like 10 hours away. Like, oh, I used to do all these things to fill out the day, and now I have so much less day to do. I have to start cutting out things I used to do. I mean, not to say true to that, Mako, but at the same time, we don't really know what Alivened feels like. I mean, we know what happens to those who you leave behind, so obviously don't for that reason, but like, for yourself, I'm talking strictly of your own experience, nobody has really come back alive to tell about being dead. Let's just put it like that. That's the orb looking today. Looking sparkly, Alyssa. Really polished to a sheen. Yeah, it probably is a lot like before we were born. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk all the way back so I can get to this corridor that has the partial wall there, and I know it's just going to be a long-ass dead end, but I still want to double-check. And then I'm going to walk up here, exactly, because then I'll have Fog of War released on the entire long-ass room that this is. And if we still have time after that, then we'll go into the mystery room, which we know exactly what's inside there. Couldn't possibly be a boss. Who told you? And now in Untold, they are chasing foes. There's like a bunch of different foes in that long corridor to make going up it tricky, but here it's just... if they just go up. Foe go up. From the past. I never took a bathroom break in the middle of the stream, which I've had a habit of doing lately, I've noticed. It's a nice idea, and I mention that because I'm starting to feel I only need to go, but it's also kind of close enough to the end that taking a break now doesn't feel like a great idea. It's like I come back when you've got like, what, 20 minutes left or something? Well, not 20 minutes, but still. Wonder what's in there. Actually, now that you mention it, that is perfectly mirrored. Almost perfectly. There's the elevator on the left side. Very isolated, but otherwise... that is a good observation. You see, I happen to see the trees and not the forest most of the time. I feel like at this point I should just make an auto path to where I want to go. Might be a while. I'm gonna have to keep recalibrating my GPS. Either distracted by a battle or chat, one or the other. Oh, that's the end of it. Alright. He doesn't. Ugh. Oh. Yeah, okay. I wanted to do Blazer and Inferno to take them all out, but like, is that faster than a Muscoid? That's a fun game to play. Are you faster than a Muscoid? Also, that's solid level 10, 168 HP. Definitely not a full heal from nothing, but I mean, that's still pretty good. Memory? As a programmer, I can tell you there are memory constraints, but like, why does it have to be this low of a memory constraint? I don't know. I still see the full... I see exactly why they changed it, so that when you're at max level it shows an empty XP bar, because oh my god, the full bar makes you think you're about to level up every time. I just wait for all of our resources to restock. And again, before we fight the boss, we're gonna actually like bring a lot of medical supplies with us that we never use, but just in case. Alright, that's full TP. I only care for full HP because healing touch, 1 TP to max health. It's nice to leave a battle at full HP, but like, you don't need to. Case in point. I wanted to go for custom for the skill point, but who knows what muscle memory is. Also kind of thinking maybe I should rest Thunder Dragon to get rid of Climax, because I used it a little bit in the 4th stratum, but I haven't really used it since. So then I'd have enough points for Fury. Or Boost Up, or I guess both Fury and Boost Up. I don't really even know if we want to use Climax, and... oh. Oh, these are the questions, aren't they? Alright then, Dessa, thanks for stopping by. Again, I'll see you next week, so until then, fare thee well. Memory for your muscles. I didn't know that. Wow. As you can see, when multiple Blazers ravage the party without immunize, it kinda does a good chunk of damage. Yep, okay. We have now walked through this, so now we have to turn around the auto path. Turn it on. Flip it. There we go. Oh shit, that's right. Decim just left. Oh, I can't ask him that right now. Oh, I can just ping him in Discord. thanks for reminding me. I really would... That holidays just come and go at this point in time. It used to be a huge thing as a kid, because, you know, they were the big event. You'd get presents. Now it's like, you don't get presents anymore. You're too poor for that. Or you could just buy them yourself, and it's like, true, but like, So the day comes and goes, and it's like, oh yeah, that was last week, wasn't it? I was not expecting that phrase, but it is not at all wrong, Alyssa. Well, actually, in this regard, I did give a present to myself. I have so much PTO built up, I took the last week and a half off of the year. And given we also have New Year's Day off because it's a federal holiday. Yeah. Yeah, actually, how many days is that even? Yeah, I agree with Mango, every other day. Holidays tend to feel like every other day. Yeah, I'm like a couple of days shy of 2 full weeks off. And Alyssa just realized she has a week off too. Yeah, why not do a shocker? Debating whether to spend the TP on it, but honestly, we're not going to be down here for the boss fight in this one run. As I said, we're going to gather a whole bunch of medical supplies that we're not going to use, so we have them just in case. Which means we're not going to be fighting the boss during this foray into the labyrinth, but rather the next foray. Here we're just kind of polishing up the map. Seriously, that is almost perfectly mirrored. Wait a minute, if that's perfectly mirrored... It probably spawned here. I don't know where the spawn trigger would be, though. Well, I hope someone does buy it for you. After all, they are cheap, and they really show they care about you. Or at least that you're not dirt poor. And that's why I implemented a cap on the microphone audio. That way it peaks and assaulted your ears the very unpleasant way. Yeah, that's true. For me, I'm kind of faced with the situation of where I am the only one bringing income into the family, so like, if they buy me any gifts, that's with my money. At which point, why don't I just cut out the middleman? Yeah, I'm curious what they are to be just, you know, going up and down as orange foes, because, like, red foes, I get it. But the only orange foes we've encountered are the Solars, and they just, like, they get really mad if you just exist, so... Here's what they are. So I have a spare Steam Deck now. Don't know what to do with it. It's occurred to me I could give it to someone I know, but I don't think there's anyone... Two things with it. One, I don't think there's anyone I'm close enough with to give just someone $700 worth of hardware to. The other reason is I can think of a couple that I actually could benefit from having a Steam Deck, but like, I went to so much care to make sure that screen is still pristine to this day, and I know they wouldn't give it the same care, and it would... I think the pause speaks for itself. It would not feel good to see the old Steam Deck after a while all scratched up and whatever. Then I'm like, okay, I could give it to like one of my parents because they don't have much in the way of hardware. I mean, they really do just operate with their phones or their computer that was built in 2003. I'm like, alright, this is something rather up to date, but at the same time, it's not really built for general web browsing, and I don't feel confident teaching them how to use it for that when even I don't really know how it's used for that. And then also links back to the whole thing of like, can they keep it clean? Because I'll be seeing that shit like every day at that point. Because it's really gonna irk me if they, like, technically I gave it to them, but man, it's really gonna irk me if they have that screen dinged up. So for now, I just have two Steam Decks. LCD and OLED. Could do the double 3DS strategy. There was a time when I first got two 3DSs where I'd be playing 2 Untold on one and 5 on the other. Just have them up at the same time and have the emulator on Nexus. I can play Etrian Odyssey thrice as much. As you tread what seems to be the deepest part of the forest, you find a massive door. You reach for its handle, but stop when a voice suddenly speaks out. Mark well my words before you open that door. The chieftain whom you spoke to so often at Brought Hall appears, a grave look on his face. He moves to stand between you and the door as he speaks. I've done well to defeat such skilled warriors as the forest folk, Ren and Zalachka. Truly none who have traveled the Yggdrasil Labyrinth are your equals. Come with me to town, and I'll see to it you receive the fame and fortune you deserve. The chieftain's promise tempts you, but your gaze is still drawn to the massive door. Stand torn between taking him up on the offer, and finding the truth behind the door. I will not rest until this map is complete. So what lies beyond the door? On that door, Chieftain barks a hollow laugh and seems to choose his next words very carefully. By the truth of Yggdrasil, will you be the ones to finally witness the labyrinth's secret? His tone becomes harsh, as if to reproach you for daring to ask. You wish to know the things I know, and by all means, go through the door. If you're not willing to stake your life on the truth, don't waste your time. The chieftain falls silent and slowly disappears beyond the door standing before you. You enter, be prepared. In exchange for your lives, I will tell you the labyrinth's secret. The door swings firmly closed on the chieftain's words. For hard pounding, you think carefully before deciding your next move. There's still time to prepare in town before pursuing the chieftain through the door. And sorry for the poor voice acting. It has been a while since I have seen any of them at all. And I think I mentioned it before, I probably change voices periodically because I can't remember the old voice. But yeah, now I can see the foe's full movements. Fantastic. Still don't know what they are though. And honestly, I think I should save before I just go and kill one, because I do want to know, what are they? As much as I like the charm of the sprites for random encounters, I do miss being able to identify what a foe is at a distance without having to engage it. Not just an ominous orange ball that's standing in front of you, menacingly. Oh hey, it spotted us for once. I haven't really been paying attention to them because I can kill those things rather easily. I can kill most things rather easily at this point. I'm wondering when we won't be able to kill them easily. Yeah, I will definitely need... This is as much to remind myself as it is to restate it. I will need to ping Decim on Discord to make Christmas versions of our sprites, and then I'll have to put them in the game again, which is... It was a bit of a pain to get them in here the first time. Oh, hey there, Sora! Yeah, coming in right at the end, but welcome. Oh, motherfuck, you lost the DS... Yeah, your friend owes you an SD card. And a new friend. Alright, what are you? Oh, it's a king dial. I hope they aren't aggressive. Well, I'm not sure if all three of them are king dials. I guess we'll check. It kinda is, isn't it? Oh, finally got their common drop, huh? This is why I hate it when these games have scavenge. Fucking bullshit. I don't see why it shouldn't be able to. Like, my jailbroken 2DS can still play physical cards just fine. All the jailbreaking means is that you no longer have region lock on it, and you can play emulated software on there too. Like, jailbreaking is really just removing the restrictions that were put in there, or at least some of the restrictions. Now, can you go online with that jailbroken Switch? Probably. Actually, almost certainly. I don't see why any kind of entity would detect a jailbroken Switch. Yeah, you can think of it as just enabling developer mode on your stuff. You've turned your Switch into a portable PC, basically. It also means that you can now install perfectly legitimate digital editions of every game you can think of that would run on a Switch's hardware. You could more permanently borrow it, and I don't just mean keep the physical copy, I mean you could just rip the cartridge and then play the ROM on your new Switch. Do that now. You wouldn't. No, silly, I 3D print a car. Are you a muck dial? You're a muck dial too. I keep saying muck dial, it's a king dial. It's still a muck dial. I think I'll just Caduceus it, because I don't think it's dead. At least I hope it doesn't hit that hard. It doesn't. And look, it's almost dead after one turn, just like the Solar. It is not resistant to cut, but I may as well use a freezer anyways. Yeah, I know, you telling me to go Caduceus despite my hesitation was the best decision ever. I know cautious me would have been like, if you're a medic, we need all the healing we can get, but now I'm like, it's dead before we need healing in the first place. And we still have healing. No revive, though. Have to keep our nectar stocked. Anywho, there goes all the king dials. No. I prefer the term combat medic. Arm assists. Damn it. Yes, the classic stealth is optional. After all, are there any wounds to treat if there's nothing to cause wounds? Alright. We sell off our loot, and then make sure we're prepared for the final fish fight. Which I could postpone to next week. Because we're 15 minutes out, and that's technically close enough, but no, I want to get this done. And what do you think of Ultra Kill? Because I also need to get back into it. I think we're down to like layer 6, and I last remember playing through layer 5? Used to play that every day, and I hurt my wrist. And then I stopped playing it because I didn't want to aggravate my wrist. Now it's just not a habit to play it anymore. Alright, let's bring 3 Medic 4s, 3 Marina 2s, obviously all my Hameo Primes, both Hameos. Some Prime, just in case, and then I guess a few Somas, because, I mean, we have Sal, but Soma just in case. We already have Therica A's and B's, but may as well bring over extra Therica A's and B's. Well, Hikita did add controller support to Ultra Kill. There's a soft lock in the game, which it might only be on when you're using controller, but I think you can just toggle it on the options. Actually, there's a lot of assistance stuff in Ultra Kill. I mean, there's minor assists you can work with, and then there's major assists, and the major assists are basically cheats, so you can do things like slow down the game, reduce damage taken, increase damage dealt. So you dig through the options a bit, and you can probably get a fun enough time in Ultra Kill. Although, when you get ranked, it's going to have a blue background to it instead of black, just to say, hey, yeah, you had major assists on for this one. Is there anything else we need? Because, like, sure, Bravants and Stonards are great, but, like, we have all our buff slots filled. I guess there's Excella. Actually, yeah, Excella, but we can't use that out of combat, surprisingly. Nectars, I'll just bring all the Nectars, because, like, I don't know how many times we're going to get down. Fives, that... I guess we'll bring all the Amritas too. Okay, we're holding 37 items. Should be okay-ish with this. Ah, shmups. Treants thing buffs. Oh, it has a special attack where it hits you only if you've got buffs, doesn't it? Oh. Hopefully that's just untold, but it probably isn't. They probably didn't change the boss too much. You know, things like Toho. Over 5 buffs. Okay, so we can cast Bravery. Or Immunize. One of the two. I'm gonna go with Immunize, though. Thanks for the reminder, Fluff. I don't know if that would have been fatal, though. Given we're close to max level. Things haven't really been much of an issue, even though we're on Expert. Which is normal, by the way. This is just normal difficulty. There's normal and easier and easiest. I get why they'd frame easy as standard, just so that newcomers don't get overwhelmed with the old difficulty, but like, it's easy. Not standard. Auto panel. That would be the true one, wouldn't it? Yeah. Did we sleep or did I forget to do that? I think I forgot to sleep. Yeah, actually, it's not morning. I forgot to sleep. Fortunately, the restorative effects in this game are so powerful we don't need to sleep. Yeah. I mean, I prefer to play on Heroic, but Heroic is just Expert, but with Prestige. No, literally. But when they had Heroic in Nexus, it's literally just Expert, but you cannot switch to Heroic after you've started the game. So, like, if someone sees you're on Heroic, you know if they've been playing on Expert the entire playthrough. I had no one to show that off to, but still. Yeah, I'm doing this right now just to get boost up. I'll wait till everyone has full boost before we kill this thing. I should probably, like, whittle it down. It's gonna take us, like, 3 turns of auto-attacking. Yeah, I'll smack it a little bit with my sword. Yeah. Yeah, I miss Heroic too. Mango, you joke about that, but I have done that. I have gone to the inn on autopilot, just go to Fluff, cast Healing Touch on the whole party, then leave the inn. Let's see. Yeah, okay, still don't have boost. Oh, I saw one boost gauge full. Okay, everybody's full boost. Full HP, full TP, full boost. We are going. You know what I could do here? Yeah. It's occurred to me how they've done quick saves now. You can save scum with them, and at this point it's just saving us a trip back. You produce the piece of metal given to you by the 2 adventurers. However, I will say, the thing with save scumming is that the lost time from failure is part of failure? Like, sure, you might think, oh, it's awful that they scrap your time like that, but at the same time, that actually gives stakes to failure. If you fail, you will lose this much effort you invested in. It's basically depends on what kind of audience you're going for. As you bring it near the door, the noise of a lock lifting sounds through the passage. Long ago, a civilization greater than our own flourished. People had solved all the world's mysteries and had power to rival the gods. This power was called science. Mankind gained dominion over nature and life itself. Humanity's technology also cast a dark shadow over its future. Their forecasts and projections increasingly showed their own imminent demise. In destroying the environment, humans were making their own habitat unlivable. The danger was realized too late. Billions died in the resulting climate change. Mankind faced extinction. There are those who refuse to give up. and kept fighting. The Yggdrasil project was formed to augment and restore nature with human technology. Aimed for the mythological Tree of Life, the project hoped to purify the contaminated Earth. The lead researcher worked tirelessly, collecting data to contribute to the project. All the while, the deaths continued. The researcher lost his teammates, and soon after that, his wife and child. He never gave up, continued his research. At long last, he was able to synthesize a compound that would heal the land. The experiments showed that a full recovery would still take thousands of years. To see the Yggdrasil project through would take more time than mankind had left. The aspiring researcher considered his options. The last researcher alive felt an obligation to see the culmination of their work. In order to finish the job, the researcher took Yggdrasil's power and turned itself. He relinquishes humanity to be forever fused with the great world tree. Remember, this used to be split across 2 screens. I think it was more impressive back then, because it was a vertical spread. But make do with what you got. I was that man. I am Yggdrasil's guardian, the only survivor of my era. I led the project to revive the Earth, and I now serve as the god's executor. Adventurers, you know now the mysteries of the Yggdrasil labyrinth. Alas, these secrets are too delicate to be let out of their cage down here. I bear you no malice, but I cannot allow you to leave the labyrinth alive. Dying, let your blood fertilize the land. Live forever within an Yggdrasil. Well, thankfully we do have a way to skip dialogue, though. You hold down tab and space at the same time, you can skip through stuff. We don't have analysis scope in this game. Fuck, I can't know what its weaknesses. It's probably fire, though, isn't it? Actually, yeah, we do have Excelas and stuff, but as Fluff reminded me, we don't have buffs, so I'm just gonna boost right off the gate. Hey, trees were different a millennia ago. I'm just going to assume it's weak to fire. This might be a wasted boost. On Alyssa's behalf anyways. Oh. Oh shit, that's right. Menko can only buff. Okay. Well, we have a Razor. Maybe this was the right call. Just to try to give it a tag. You know what? That might be the way to go. Oh, hey, Headbind. That's great. 7, 710. Actually, let's go for arm binds. Okay, just need to keep track of Immunize's turns. Again, you can stun them after their action. It does nothing. Yeah, no, it's pretty neutral to all the elements, isn't it? In which case, we'll go with a more TP-efficient cleaver. Oh yeah, boosting minus is really ridiculous. This is all like single-digit I think the highest damage I saw was a 14. Actually, we may be able to use Climax soon. Wait, using Climax on Etrian? Oh boy. I know, like, in the first 3 games, if you just headbind a boss, they can't do jack shit. Sure, they might have arm or leg skills, but nothing is nearly as deadly as head skills, like the first 3 games. Oh hey, Climax hit. Didn't insta-kill though, because your HP's down. You know what? Boosted normal attack. Almost dead, and it just got down our immunize. So, we're gonna go for a gag again, and we're gonna cast immunize again, and we're gonna freeze, and just gonna attack it. Bye, Vizzle. Hello there, achievement. There's a distant shattering. A small but clear sound marked the end of the world they knew. The body of Etria's chieftain rolled down from the mighty tree Yggdrasil. Again, this was a vertical spread on the DS. The emotions giving strength to the tree faded. The chieftain's corpse bore the signs as well. After 1,000 years of life, its cold shell lay still on the ground before their feet. Yggdrasil had stopped moving. There was no way for them to know how much of the ruined world had been purified. But they resolved to not give up, reasoning that trials existed to be overcome. The adventurers who had traveled all this way would no longer fear any obstacles. But when adventure was over, they made a pact that day. Their new purpose was to save the Earth, and spread Yggdrasil's truth to others. And we learn in future games there are multiple Yggdrasils, still purifying the land bit by bit to this day and then becoming corrupted by the very pollution they absorb. You heard? Some explorers finally solved Labyrinth's mystery. You think you know them? Yeah, I think I do. I always knew those guys could do it. We'll give them a big hero's welcome home. Those kids made it back safe from the labyrinth. Chieftains disappeared. This town was that man's whole life, you know? Must be a good reason he's not coming back. I see. It's up to us to watch over Etrian and the chieftain instead. Like that, we'll do our part too. We're interested to see what Ithra does next. Now, in the actual original DS version, they'd actually show your party at the bottom of the top screen while the credits were playing. The thing is, Myronian was dead at the end of the fight. So I had to watch the whole credits with Myronian just being dead there in the corner. It's awkward. That's true, we also need to destroy the economy as well, and also explore the flesh pit underneath the skyscraper. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be a cave system, but it looks a lot like it's just flesh. It really looks like you're inside the bloodstream or something. Especially given the freaking enemies look like white blood cells. Oh, hey there, Kupala. I mean, you're dead, but hi. Yeah, the vertical spread movements definitely kind of shows why ports aren't always great. There's different hardware, a different way you show it. And I have to adapt and not give you the same experience. It does mean going forward so they can make use of the whole screen 16 by 9. Like, yeah, they had bosses that would extend across both screens. Of course, you'd only fight them on the top. I mean, what do you suppose they're in the bottom screen fight, but still there. Yeah, that would be nice. I'd probably buy them too, just because I like Etrian Odyssey enough. Gonna pretend I didn't read that, Mako. Because I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we're not finished yet, game. You've still got more to go. Obviously, I'll save it. Oh, we have a star. Oh, do we actually have New Game Plus now? Well, that's new. They added New Game Plus in the third game, and it wasn't a complete NG Plus either, because it only reset the main story, and none of the side quests or treasure chests. Aquatic theme of the third. It's just foreshadowing the third stratum. It's a bit late for that kind of foreshadowing, but hey. I do want to check out what this different colored new game is, but we'll wait till next week. Oh, thank fuck. I mean, despite that, I still had like... Was it 7 or 12 New Game Pluses in 30? I went through that story a lot. It was my first Etrian Odyssey. I loved the heck out of it. I played that game over 3 different DSs, so I don't know what my total playtime is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 4-digit, though. Now, though, I'm much better at the game, so I don't think I could sustain a 4-digit playtime. Well, much better and less imaginative. I did a lot of role-playing in my head back then, too. Yeah, more than 20 minutes. Well, gotta ping Decim about the Christmas sprites. other than that, we beat the game. Now to complete the game. Next week. Till then, thank you very much for watching, and fare thee well.